friends, my name is Renuka. Welcome back to my channel, and today sharing the two colored card projects with the Simon Says card kit. These printouts came with the SSS April kit, and they came with this Corolla markers this time, and I'm kind of playing with them first time. So here you see I'm using a watercolor paper palette to see that how those colors are reacting, and basically then I just put a little bit of color and water on that paper, and then I'm picking up some colors from there. And what happened when you use the clear acrylic block, you can just picking the colors, you don't see the colors. And although this watercolor paper absorb the things, it is pretty good idea to do these kind of things. And I'm just kind of giving a wash to those little leaves. All these cactus and skeletons are kind of in green color, but I just want to give them a little bit of variation. At the same time, I want to give the texture, so I'm using different kind of methods here. Just like here I'm using the dotted one, so wet on wet technique, so that kind of mixed with it, and just try to make sure that each time I shifted in between them, so it would get little bit time to dry. And same time you will get an kind of sometimes the colors are mixed, sometimes they don't, so it gives a very variation effect in that with the colors and as well as the texture. I don't want to make them looking pretty flat, so I just love these colors. You can use these like same as a Zig color markers. Those are also high pigmented ink, and these ones are also high pigmented ink. But yeah, those Zig color markers are definitely having the great properties and more quality in that manner. I'm not comparing them, but I'm kind of suggesting them that how you can use. I use almost every color here which came in that pack of I think 12, yeah, 10 or 12. And then I'm kind of creating different kind of designs on them. So it reminds me Arizona. When we visit Arizona, there are big and big of this kind of cactus, and like everything is in desert, so you can't see anything rather than the cactus. So I try to get those textures and remove, just get my memories refresh at that time. And I'm kind of using some kind of yellowish and other colors also while this process. But the main thing is you need a time. Now here sometimes I just put the water droplets, and it will give me different kind of texture when it dry. So I'm just adding layer and layers of colors there, and same time the techniques are the same. I'm putting some colors directly on the paper, and sometimes I just pick those colors from the DIY card palette I created. So in this way you can add a more and more texture to this card. And basically I am thinking when I'm making this card that I don't want to look all these looking same. I just want to look them different. The same time I want to use the same color combinations here, just little bit giving variations. And same time I'm kind of taking one watercolor things here, so you can apply this techniques from any other things. You don't have to have this Corolla markers. You can use the Spectrum Aqua markers, you can use the Zig markers, but just a main thing is that rather than these markers, the Spectrum Aqua markers are a little bit more pigmented. And if you are doing this technique, same techniques for the Zig clean color markers, you will make sure that you are just touching there, because those are really very high pigmented ink. And now while you are seeing that, you will also see that wherever my colors go offside or out of the line, I just put a little bit of water there and pick that with the paper towel in the whole process. And kind of wherever I don't want that color high pigmented ink, I do the same. I put little bit of water, and then I pick out the things look really nice when there are a little bit of a realistic touch. I'm not saying that I'm making it totally realistic, but just make sure that your light source on which side. Here my light source is on right side of my hand, so it's every part of the left side is a little bit darker than the others. So it's something like that. Then I'm giving little bit base to those pots also, that they are not floating in there. And in real life this is really nice. I don't know the camera catches there properly or not. Then I'm kind of adding little bit of color with the background and everything else. The smaller card took me more time than the bigger card. For this flamingo, I just follow the lines all along the flamingo, and then I'm just kind of mixing those. These colors are pretty well mix each other, so I don't have any kind of problem to mixing them. And for the small things, mostly I use the Ranger small water brush, and for this big flamingo I use the Pantone large size brush, but you can use any water brush you have. And just make sure that whenever you have the extra water, you just pick that with the paper towel. A paper towel has become really handy tool for these kind of techniques. So I'm just adding more and more colors of layers each time until I'm happy with those colors. And yeah, these are the kind of simple techniques. Or you can see that how I color, so you will grab the technique that I'm not putting much color here. You can use the same technique for zig color markers also. For these kind of water effect, I'm just putting the 2 shades of blues there. And I'm not putting the whole line, I'm just making the similar kind of oval shapes there by adding the dotted line and then adding more and more water. If you feel that the both colors are really contaminating with each other rather than mixing, or if you are getting any kind of muddy effect with your colors, then you can just stop watering there and just give little bit time to dry, and then add another color, and just it will go nice. Now for the background here, I'm just scribble little bit of yellow color on the acrylic block, and I diluted it like really with the water. And then I'm kind of putting that color all around that flamingo and heart. Just remember one thing, when you are doing this kind of technique, you all make sure that you will not touch the other colors, otherwise it will react with the water and you will lose the things. Now this card is kind of really organic, so I decided to add the A2 size craft cardstock base to it. I just trim off a little bit from both the sides and then just attach it in the middle of that. Then I decided to add first of all the natural drawing, and then I go with this recollections baker's drawing, which having little bit of gold in it, and then kind of making double blue and just securing it with the another tie. And I really like that how it turned out, simple but nice. I don't want to add any bling there. And for this card also, I just decided to make the pink card base. It is a little bit bigger than the wider than the size of the E2 size cards. And then I had this distress ink stripes in my stash, and which kind of perfectly matching with this, but you can use your own colors to make this. And I'm kind of placing it on both the sides. I don't want to add much things here like the die cards or other things. I just want to make focus on those watercolor panels. Although you can add the fun foam or foam tape behind these panels, but I just don't want to. You can use pretty pink wash, clear dewdrops or glossy accent, but here I'm using the Nuvo crystal Nuvo drops, which is kind of add really nice effect to it, like a dewdrops after it dries. So these complete two cards, and I'm just popping that eye with the using of a black gel pen. And now you can see that after drying it looks really vibrant and awesome, and those colors are really nice, and I'm really happy that how they turn out. If you like my channel, do subscribe to it. If you like these videos, you can comment it, you can suggest me to how you want to see more videos about it. I will come with the more kit cards with this kit with the animation cards also. If you don't watch my first card, then go to ahead and watch that. So until the next crafty project, have a crafty life. Bye bye.